Hi! Hi everyone. That's how I say hi. I'm like a little spastic right now because I'm on the floor because this is where the best light is. Because I really want you guys to see my face for this. So this is going to be a foundation video, how I make my skin look flawless. So I have a freshly washed face right now, and I don't have anything on my skin, which is important for starting out. So after you wash your face, you should always wash your face morning and night, first of all. That's like very important or you're going to age a lot faster. So the first thing I'm using is this. It's called Seriously Shine Free Moisturizer. I have very oily skin, so I like to use things that like to mattify it. So the first thing I'm going to do, take some moisturizer, about this much, and you want to dust it on. You don't want this to be really heavy, especially if you have oily skin. I've read in several magazines and tips that you should do your neck too, because that ages as well, I guess. That's what they say. So that's on. Rub it in. You want to make sure it's dry before. Each step you want to make sure it's dry, because if you just pile it on when it's all wet, it's not going to be very productive. And we want to make sure each thing serves their purpose. So with moisturizer, we want to make sure that sets in. The second thing I'm going to introduce is when I had my Mary Kay party, I loved their foundation so much. I ended up buying it because I thought their products were fantastic. Then I bought their kit, which came with the primer, the foundation, the brush, and I thought it came with something else. I guess not. Okay, so the first one is the primer. Now that my face feels dry, I'm going to take the primer, and we're not going to use too much because this stuff really spreads. So I'm really taking about this much. This stuff feels absolutely fantastic on your skin. You should always try to start from the middle of your face and work your way out if you can. It's not that easy though. Make sure you get your whole face. Alright. So, this stuff feels so smooth on your skin. It just feels like dreamy. So we want to put that on, let that set, because that's going to keep our makeup lasting long throughout the day. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the Mary Kay. They matched my skin for me, which is really hard for me to find. I have a really hard time finding the right foundation that fits my skin. I always end up buying it like way too light or way too dark. So I'm either like, I always just look completely insane. So with this, you really don't need that much. This is how much I'm going to take. You can always get more, but like you can't put it back in the bottle. So take less and add more if you need it. That's how much I'm going to take. It slid down. I didn't really take that much. Sliding. So I'm just going to take this mirror because, as you guys know, I wear glasses and I'm blind. So I'm just going to tap it on. And what I learned from them, check my hair, you should always brush downward because we have hair on our face and we want to make sure that we keep the hair going down so it doesn't stick up. So I'm just going to really paint it on. Unfortunately, I have eye makeup on because I went to class this morning, but I recommend not putting your eye makeup on until after your skin is done. And I use my finger to go around my eye because your brush can't really get into those like little nooks and crannies. Like a little ghosty ghost. Unfortunately, I went tanning after I went to this, so now I am tanner, which results in me having to use bronzer. Again, I use my finger just to get in the nooks and crannies around your nose because your brush can't really get in there. If you're going to buy foundation, I recommend choosing rather the darker one to buy the lighter one because you can always, it's better, you know, because you can highlight and contour after that. But you don't really want to, like, you know, be dark and then have to add like a white powder afterwards. It's probably easier to just add a little bronzer or blush, you know. I'm just going to get in the little crannies around my eyebrows. And with everything in makeup, it's just super important to blend the hell out of it. Pardon my French. I look pale as hell right now. I can't believe I went tanning after I got matched for this. I'm really sorry. The lighting is a little crazy too. What they try to do is match your skin to your neck, and now that I'm tanning, my neck is about 3 shades darker than my face right now. But anyway, this is just the steps that I'm trying to teach you guys. So after that, see, we didn't even end up using all of that. So now I'm going to take my brush from Target, which I brought from the Sonia Kashuk collection. It's got a nice, like, it's good for stippling. It's like a stippling brush. And then I also bought from e.l.f., which is cheap, contouring blush and powder kit, which looks like this. So we're going to take our brush and we're going to dip it into the brown because we're going to contour our cheekbones now. Suck them in. I just want to blend that in. Just going to do the other side. Oh, I am a klutz. And then after that, when all the stuff's off your brush, you just really want to give it a good old blend. We want this to look as natural as we can. Oh, we're not all perfectly beautiful by ourselves. I need a new foundation now. Oh my god, this is so depressing. No more tanning for Alex. So along with that now, we're going to just take a little bit more, very light, tap it off. We really don't want a lot in there. And we're just going to also, now we're going to go up and do the outer parts of our face, just like this. Just going to take a little bit more. We're going to go up and do the outer parts of our face. That's what we want to, that's what we're contouring here. Right. And that's going to be our finished look, really. It depends. I personally don't like to do blush and cheekbone contouring. So that's really a personal choice for you. So I'm going to sit up now. So as you can see, once you add in the cheekbones and contour the sides a little bit, I don't look as pale anymore. So that's my skincare routine for the most part for makeup. And I noticed now that I've been using the Mary Kay, I have been having a lot less breakouts, which is really nice. And I don't know, I just feel like it's a little bit of higher quality. I'm not really sure though. You can try it for yourself and see. So, and then for the end, excuse me, I have a cold. I like to finish off with Skindinavia, which I bought for oily skin. It's No More Shine. Lasts up to 16 hours. I'm going to give it a good shake. And we're going to go about 8 inches from our face. Hi. Crisscross. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, there's our finished look. Hope that was helpful to you guys, and please let me know if you guys have any more questions. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, I didn't click off. Bye. Oh my god. Rough day. Bye.